because what I want to do today is talk about fast, easy, sexy updos, right? So a client comes in and you do her hair, you give her a haircut, and you color her, and she's like, oh, I forgot, I have a party tonight, and I knew I want, but you know what, I'm kind of in the mood for something up, like something sexy, and they don't have a photo, and they don't have any of that. So the brief is right here. Easy, fast, she's going to a party, sexy, fun, and flirty. So those are the adjectives for the look. So here's a mid-length. I'm going to do one on a shorter head. So I'm gonna break them all down, tell you how I prep them, and just throw them up so that you can kind of give the client that last minute party hair. All right, so I'm going to teach you a cheater French twist for this long hair. So as always, I always do my 5 section system. Section 1 is the front, because the conversation about the front is absolutely crucial. So someone says just throw it up, and they think it's going to be super easy. So you throw it up, and then they're tweaking it, and they're tweaking it, and they're tweaking it. So that just means you didn't get enough information in the beginning. So it's really important that we're gonna get information about this. They have to like this. I don't care what the picture looks like. I don't care what the braid looks like. I don't care how beautiful it is in the back. If they don't like this, they won't like what you did. And that could be just the most frustrating part. So section 2 and 3 are the sides. 4 is the crown. 5 is the back. So I'm just going to get this up out of the way. And the sectioning system is tied to the consultation. So that's why the system all works together. Section 4 is the crown. So what I want you to think about is always shape and balance. So you get those first questions. Oh, throw my hair up. I want something fun, something sexy. I'm going to a holiday party. I'm going to New Year's. And they don't want to, they're tired of that same old look, and I'm tired of doing that same old look. So you want to have the conversation about the front. How does she like the front? Does she want it wispy? What's her fringe like? And then the next conversation is always about where on the head. I'm really tired of all those low looks. They're getting kind of granny looking. I want something high, something like loose, something soft, something fun. And so listen to those adjectives and watch their hands when they talk. So let's get the front done for her first. Only because sometimes if you can get that front done the way they like it, then you're kind of going to be home free for the rest of the look. So I want to just section off what I want to work with right here in the crown, because I just kind of want to find out what does she want for the front. So I'm going to, and I don't like my sections to, it's not that this sectioning is part of the construction in the sense that it's step by step, because I want you to think through your styles. It just helps keep the building clean, and it helps keep the building from you from losing hair and getting lost and running out of hair when you need hair. So here's the front. Let's see what, we're just going to kind of get an idea about how she wants the front. And what I'm going to just do is some of my quick little ponytail tricks here. So in looking at the front, getting a feel for her, and you're working with her, and you're finding out what she likes, wherever she says, oh, I like that, then you kind of know that you're gonna have to pin right where you're, kind of right where you're at in some place. So I'm going to just kind of come back here and put in an elastic. I'm keeping it in the position kind of where it's going to live. I'm just going to put an elastic, because remember, we're trying to get away from that braided look all the time. Get away from always the same old, same old. We want to give her something a little bit different. So I'm going to put in another elastic right here. And I really want to encourage you guys to think about sculpting. Instead of following step by step, think about sculpting. You know, she wants it flowing, fun, sexy, how she wants the front. So think about sculpting. And when I work in the sectioning system and you put them together, you get the ability to sculpt and create. Okay? So we're gonna have the ability to sculpt and create. I am going to put another section here, and when you can just give yourself permission to play on your heads and try something new, try to come up with something with some parameters from the client, but on your own, because it's not about perfecting a photo. If you constantly perfect a photo, you're in a resistance battle. Oh, I didn't do it good enough. Oh, I didn't get it. Oh, it doesn't look like the person online. So there's this limited right or wrong. But when you're in this creative zone, you're going to be like, oh, look what I came up with. Oh, this is a great idea for here. And that's what you need to do for your spirit and for your gut, is you need to get out of that copying mindset and get your, give yourself some credit. I know you're creative. You're going to be able to figure these things out. We just tend to kind of are brainwashed right now to follow or copy somebody. What I want you to follow is following a system in the sectioning, but I want you to be creatively free. So I'm going to do it's kind of like a cheater French twist. And it matters where you hold the hair out. So, and it matters which way you twist. And so it's a play. So you want to play. It's like, all right, how tight does she want this twist, right? Does she want it tight? Does she want something, does sexy to her? For someone, sexy is chic, and for someone else, sexy is soft and loose. You've got to kind of find out what she thinks it is. And if you hold it up, you're really not going to have much twist, because the twist starts higher. If you hold it way down and start to twist, then your twist is kind of lower. Now this is a fake twist. This isn't like the classic French twist that that I learned in hairdressing school. But we want to kind of do something a little on, the faster and looser side, a faster and easier side. So I'm going to hold it right about here. And I'm going to twist. And I'm going to just, this again, it's experimenting. So you want to experiment. What do I see going on here? What do I like? There's no right or wrong. Get that idea of right or wrong, and just play. How do I want to play? How do I want to, kind of look at this look? And again, it's not like frustration. You don't want to frustrate. That's a mindset thing, and that's something that you kind of have to make a decision. I'm not going to let my thoughts go there. I'm not going to let my thoughts go there. I'm going to I'm going to figure it out until I figure it out. There's no right or wrong. I'm going to play. I'm going to come up with some fun, sexy look for her. And I'm just going to just work it, okay? And practice on your mannequin heads so you can have the, you know, just the experience of playing. So I'm going, you can see I'm going kind of loose here, and I'm going to be pulling, right? We love to do our pulling. We want those beautiful, soft kind of looks. They still want that soft look, is fine. All right, so because I want to just have a little bit more freedom, many times we get frustrated because we don't have enough hands. So we don't have enough hands, and so these silver clips can just kind of be your hands. And now we can look back here and say, oh, how can I do this? How can I get this, you know, to be pretty and loose and play with it the way kind of I'm picturing it in my head. Like, oh, I kind of like that. And wherever you're gonna hold, you've got this ponytail base in here, and we're underneath. So I'm gonna, doesn't really matter, we're gonna have a lot of other hair that's gonna hide that. So we've got that up there, okay? And this is section 1, this is section 4, and 2 and 3 of the sides. We've got this soft, twisty kind of look started here. So let's go for getting some fullness and shape in the crown. So what's going to go on up in this area where it's going to be fun, flirty, and sexy for her. I'm going to look at your ends and think of your ends in a way that you might want to sculpt, okay? You picture that maybe coming off loose, right? And you want to play, and so your eye just kind of gets the thought, where could that live? What could happen? So I'm going to just do some pulling. And I'm still looking at my ends, and I'm kind of looking at my shapes. Okay, that's kind of pretty. I kind of like that thing right there. I like that. We're in section 4, so this can be nice and tight. It gives you that base to pin into. Going to hold that with my silver clip. I'm liking this. You could kind of spray it. I'm going to just go in, and I want this to live here. So I've got the bulk is right there. Where is it hitting the head? I always say, where is it kissing the head? It's kissing the head right there. I don't have to grab all of it. This is in a ponytail. This can be loose for the whole entire night, but I need to just grab a little bit of the bulk. So I'm gonna go in and grab right where it's kissing the head. And this is kind of sculpting. And when you can free your brain up to try this, you're gonna surprise yourself. And you're going to grow as an artist. All right, so that's there. Now I need to, that's holding. I need to just kind of, again, where is this going to kiss? This is the ponytail base. I'm going to let this kiss the head. I always let the hair kind of talk to me, if you can kind of see that. I'm going to kiss the head, pin that down. So now that's there. And take out my silver clip. Remember, we still have got section 2, 3, and 4 to come back. So we have room, you know, to bring up other pieces. And what I love about the ponytails is they make pop. And they keep it so you don't have to put in a lot of bobby pins. So right under there, I don't need to grab all of it because it's in a ponytail. But I just need to get a bobby pinning close to the elastic. we kind of got that going on. This is the cheater French twist. This is kind of happening here. And now let's bring up some more hair. All right, let's go to the front. So we talked about her front and played with you know, the looks that are comfortable to her. And I'm gonna kind of use the screen as a mirror. And just kind of, you know, once you get her happy and you find out what kind of a look she wants, you just work with her until she's happy with something here. Okay, I like that. So I'm going to pin the elastic. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. And I'm going to pin it into the crown of where section 4 is in the ponytail. Again, I don't need to grab a whole lot of hair because the elastic is helping. And because this is thick and heavy and long, in here I am going to do locking. So I got one pin that went one way, and I'm going to find it, and I'm going to lock an X in there. And I want to make sure I find that other pin I just put in, because locking it in is important. And she's leaning on me. Come back here. All right. I'm going to do a little bit more pinning and pinching here. And remember, I'm encouraging you to sculpt. Okay, I'm encouraging you to sculpt. We're going for messy, sexy, which is more up here in the crown area. There's my elastic. My ponytail is up in here from the other section. I'm going to go down. Let me show her. So there's the ponytail right there. Here's the other ponytail. I'm gonna go, I'm literally gonna hook these two ponytails together, the elastic's right there. Because I pinched and pulled, I have hair to play with, right, to shape and place. We've already got that going on from before. I think I'm going to add more to it. I'm going to pinch these two together. Okay, so we're going for shape. Remember, we're going for sculpting. And we're going to tighten her up as we go along, but she's in with the ponytails. It's loose and sexy. We're playing this. At this point, I could take a mirror and show her, this is kind of what's going on. Is this loose enough? Is this sexy enough? Is this what sexy means to you in your mind? And she'll be like, oh my gosh, yeah, this is so pretty. Lots of times I say to the client when they say that, I said, all right, do you want it to look like you did it yourself? They're like, yes, I want it to look like I did it myself. Okay, I get it. And so that sometimes, you know, that's what they want. Sometimes they want to look like they spent money, and sometimes they want to look like they did themselves. So over here, what I need to accomplish, this is the ends. There's the ponytail. This is the loose part from section 1. Just going to drag it over. Just going to drag it over. It's in ponytails. Just going to drag it over, grab a piece of it so that I'm dealing with shape. I'm going to go kind of inside, and then I'm just building bulk and shape and fullness. And we're just kind of taking a look at what's going on. What I'm seeing that I want to deal with is this ponytail elastic right there. So I'm just looking at some of my pieces and This is where your hairpins are your best friend. Just take a hairpin. I'm gonna just grab some of that. And sometimes you can like just kind of twist and bring it over. I'm looking for that elastic and I'm going in with a hairpin, and that just took care of hiding that elastic. All right, so we've got that shape going on. I'm gonna come on over here. This is still the tail of the French twist. I'm leaving that out. I'm not sure exactly where I might need it later, but let's get now some of the rest of the bulk, which would be the side section. And this is where, again, I would take her from the front. I said, all right, I'm gonna bring this side section back. And, you know, you could do contrast, right? You could do really, really tight, so it's sexy and tight, and you can put a crystal barrette in there, and then it's loose and fun in the top. That's a conversation. You could bring it back, and you could continue the looseness where it's dippy and soft. That's a conversation. So this is the process. So at the end, she's gonna like it because we talked about it through the whole thing. And if she says, oh, that's so cool, I love that look of something kind of sexy and tight, and I do have a really cool barrette I'm gonna put in here, and then that messy in the middle. So let's try that. And it's like, okay. So I'm going to get that side smooth and clean. Just gotta tighten up my thingy. Alright. So I'm just gonna get that smooth and clean. I'm gonna take the tail of my back French twist out of the way. And remember, it's the idea of sculpting. So we got the mock French twist there. We've got this kind of fun, sexy tight. She's gonna have sexy, gorgeous earrings. We're gonna come straight across the top of that mock French twist. We're kind of liking that dissection there, right? And you know what? Now that I've had all this loose, fun, sexy stuff hanging on that side, I like that. I like that. I'm going to have more hanging there. So where I'm headed with this tail, and I'm looking at that flat section where I'm going to put an elastic in right where I'm going. So I just really, really want to encourage you to take a concept and push yourself past copying a photo, because if they continue to bring in the same photos that the algorithms give them, we just become a slave. And I don't want to be a slave. I want to be an artist. I want to give them the feel of what they want, but I don't want to do someone else's work on their head. Okay, so I've dissected that French twist. These are all my sexy ends that we fell in love with before. We come across here. We've got the base of the ponytail in there. There's already pins in there. So I'm going to just pin that. Ponytails help, they do a lot of the work. So now let's just take a look. I don't want you to get lost, and I don't want to get lost. These are the sexy ends from before, the sexy ends from the other ponytail, more sexy ends from side section 2 that came across here in the wrap. Let's just keep looking at that. Show her the mirror. Yeah, that's really fun. I really like that. Ooh, I love it hitting my shoulder. And this is where, you know, what's the dress? Oh, it's off the shoulder. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so pretty dangling on your shoulder. You have to sell it as you're building it, okay? You have to sell it as you're building it. All right, so that's, the front is up, the side is back. We've got good shape in here. We've got this last piece to bring up. Let's get this piece up, and then we'll tweak the final look. So I have all these fun, sexy ends that we know are going to live there. Get them up out of the way. This is the end from the fake French twist. We're still going to do something with that. And now let's get this last bit of hair. The sectioning system that I teach gives you a track, and it releases your brain for creativity. Now when you want to bring a piece back, you kind of want it wide in a sense. Okay, so it's flat and we've got that smooth look that's going to mirror the other side. Going to bring that back. We're going to bring it kind of up here. We're going to put an elastic where it's going to live, because this helps you have these poppy ends. If I was to bobby pin that flat, then this thing would be coming out of the head and it would be flat. We don't want flat and wide. The elastic allows you to have not only less bobby pins, but it allows you to have pop. Okay? Allows you to have pop. So I'm going to go right up into the section 4 crown area. I'm going to let down all my sexy bits. Remember, we're sculpting. Underneath here is a ponytail from section 4. I'm going to reach her in there and get close to that ponytail inside. Most of the hair, well actually the whole section is in a ponytail, so all you really need is one bobby pin. And I'm up there next to that section 4. So now I get to sculpt and play. I'm just going in and securing that first hairpin I put in. And that's why I like to do live and random with you guys, and I like to not really plan it out so that you can follow along and think you know, that we gotta think on our feet. I want to think on my feet just like you're thinking on your feet at work every day. And I don't, and so that process of keeping your cool and thinking on your feet is just going to help you be more creative. Okay, so there's that messy bun. The ends from section 2 and 3. This is the ends from section 2 over there. Let's first finish off looking at her shape. We've got the sexy bun. We got the sexy dangle on her shoulder that she decided she liked. You can go in with your curling iron or whatever you think. Now, for myself right here, in this bulky area, in this weighted middle of the ponytail, I'm just going to take a piece out. And I'm just going to, and so it doesn't fall out or feel heavy like a ponytail right there, I'm going to use up some of this hair and make a knot. All right, so the hair knot now gives me another level of pop. And honestly, I swear to goodness, you will get this creative when you follow the system that frees up your brain, because all the hair is up. She loves the front. She loves the texture. She loves the sexy on her shoulders. So now you are just tweaking and sculpting. And trust me, you will never have to advertise. You will always have referrals, okay? So that was a knot. We'll use up some length and it'll give you new tippy ends to play with. And I just got this mannequin head the other day. This is my first updo on her. She is so pretty. Sexy, gorgeous, gorgeous. I just love that. Sexy. There's that little knot in there. You could even stick a little rhinestone right in there. All right, so on this side, these are the ends from the mock French twist. What I want to do, I see bulk up here. Let me give you a profile. All right, see, I see bulk up here. We don't need any more fringy bits over there, but we need something right here. And I don't want to add more fringe on the other side because that'll just like take away the drama of it being on one side. So I need another fist. Like I always say, it's like about a fist size of curls right here in that area. You can kind of see we got fullness, texture. So what I'm going to do is, and remember these elastics, they don't have to stay there. They are kind of to help you, but it's not like, oh, I can't remove it because I'm doing it wrong. There's no right or wrong. So this right here, I am just now adding bulk. I'm just adding more bulk that's going to live right here, okay? I'm just going to kind of twist these together. I'm adding more bulk right in the area where it needs to be. And so this is where I would now kind of be done, and I would give the client the mirror. And I have in my course I teach, oh my goodness, I can't get her off. There's ways of maneuvering your client so you have emotional kind of control of her. So I'm going to hand you the mirror, you hand her the mirror, you have her stand up, you position her. You don't like take the mirror and like hope she likes it. No, you set it up so that she looks at the spot you want her to look at first. And when you get her perfect and she looks in the mirror and says, oh my gosh, look at that curl on my shoulder. Like she's not seeing what you're seeing. She doesn't see if there's a hole, if this, she's an emotional response to this updo. Not a technical one, an emotional one. So she's gonna fall in love with it. And you gotta get out of your head perfectionism. Just gotta get it out of your head. She's in love with this. She's like, oh my gosh, this is so soft. This is so pretty. This is so sexy. You did a great job. Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun. This is just great. I love it. And so if you feel the need for yourself, not to perfect it, but to just strengthen it, okay? It's in with bobby pins, it's in with ponytails, it's not going to go anywhere, but I'm just going to go in and just make sure there aren't any holes that it's, you know, just going to, as far as, you know, a light hand, there needs to be a light touch here. Okay, great. So there's the